Hey everybody, welcome to Friendship Shaving. Thank you for joining me. It's very late here and I know that the camera on my tablet doesn't work very well in low light conditions. I haven't got the benefit of the direct light coming in the window, so there might be a little bit of shadow on me during this shave. I haven't been doing so well this week, so that is why I've left it so late to do this shave video, and I hope it works out okay. So I've just picked up a few simple things to shave with, and I've picked up a razor that they no longer make anymore, and it is the Marvel razor from Fine Accoutrements. I really like this razor. It's been tucked away in my drawer for a long time. I thought I'd pick it out and just have a shave with it for a change. And the razor blade I've got in there is a new one for me. I've not used one of these before. They've just dropped in the sink, guys. Take those out of there. But it is one of these diamond edge razor blades, and they are made, they're part of the Supermax range, so I think they are made in India. I can't see exactly on here, but part of the Supermax range. Oh, there we are, made in India on the side of the packet for all to see. Now today I've picked up my new Semogue 820. I've had it soaking for 5 or 6 minutes and the bristles are nice and soft, so be having a little shave with that. And I'm going to just shave with my vintage Old Spice from sometime in the 60s or 70s, 2 3/4 ounces. Oh, excuse me guys. So I'm just going to wet the end of that and rub that on my face and we'll get going. My face is a little dry, I'll just put a drop more water on. That's a bit better. Now one thing about this old soap is that it's really slick. It's absolutely fabulous. So chuffed to have this Old Spice stick. It's absolutely brilliant. And of course, it goes with the red on the brush. So tomorrow morning, before I upload this video, it will all match in the photograph I take. Let's try this brush now. Do you know what? This is a great brush already. I had the idea that there might be one of these with a high density knot. I've not managed to check that out yet, but this sprays very easily. It's nice and soft and it's only going to get softer and softer. I've lathered it up and dried it 2 or 3 times, and I've shaved with it once, So this is only about the 5th time of using it. And I can just see it's going to be an absolutely brilliant brush. Some of you have been telling me how much you like your Semogue 820s and 830s. And I can see why this is great. I'll just add a drop more water to this. A little drop more and then we'll get shaving. How have you been, fellas? I hope that you have been very well this week and looking after yourselves. Now, the razor, the Marvel razor. I'd forgotten that it was in fact made in China, but it was on sale at Fine Accoutrements, and I did check earlier in the week, they don't sell any razors at the moment, and this one they stopped selling this a little while ago now, but it was out in about, what would you say, 2018. It has, as you can see, I know some of you will listen to this, so I'll describe it a bit more if you might not have seen it. The head cap is flattened on the top, and that forms the perfect angle leading up to that flattened top on each side for shaving. The handle is very nicely designed, a little bit wider than usual, and the guard bar consists of these oversized, well, guard bars, and it makes for a very nice shave. A razor with a similar design is the Henson razor, and there are a few other razors out there with that flattened head cap. I find them very easy to shave with because the shaving angle is more or less set for you, because you just put the angled part of the head straight flat on your face, and it works very well indeed. I think this is a very well designed razor. It has a large blade gap and an above average blade exposure, but those oversized guard bars reduce the aggressive feel of the razor. And it works extremely well for me. I suppose in the maybe, what would it be, 4 or 5 years since this was on sale, there are so many more razors now than there were then. Perhaps this was a limited run, or perhaps they just weren't getting the sales because there were so many other safety razors coming to the market. Either way, if you manage to see one second hand, certainly worth having a look at. The handle is quite short, in fact the height of the razor is a few millimeters under 90 millimeters, it's 87, and the weight of the razor is 93 grams. For those of you that have this, most of you will, I'm sure, appreciate how good a shave it is. There we are, nice easy floss pass. Oh. Aha. Now I think this happens sometimes with boar bristle brushes, and in fact the last time I used this brush I lathered in a bowl so that I would have extra soap, but the brush has stolen my lather, and if I hold it to the camera you can see there's hardly anything there. It's gone. How does that work? I don't know. I still haven't worked out how that happens. I soaked the brush, so the brush or the bristles should definitely be hydrated enough. So I'm just going to make a right mess here, and I'm just rubbing the bristles of the brush on top of my Old Spice soap. I'm going to take it back to the face. Can anyone tell me why that happens? I know some of you guys are very knowledgeable out there, and on that note, I've got a very interesting Monday shave. I'll be shaving with a shave head, and I'll be comparing it with the same blade to a double-edged safety razor. And a few of you made comments on the last videos, and I'd like to just explore that a little bit more. So it will be a direct face-off, safety razor on one side, chevette on the other. We'll use the same type of blade in each, and I'll just give you my thoughts. There we are. Now I've got loads of soap back on my face now. Excuse me a moment. I'm going to keep it short here, guys. I'm going straight into my against the grain pass. And I'll tell you what, you can hear that, I'm sure. Very, very nice to shave with. We'll stop there on that piece of my neck, just in case what you can hear is not the hair being removed, but my skin. That's something to remember, guys. If you hear the razor singing, especially if it has an overexposed blade or a positive exposure on the blade, it may not be the hair it's taking off, it may be layers of your skin, so just be aware of that, eh? I know most of you will be, but just in case you're a beginner to this style of shaving and you think, my God, it's still taking hair off, and then an hour later you've got terrible a razor burn. I'm just stretching there on the top levels, just stretching my skin a little bit, simply because there is a large blade gap on this razor. It is 0.95mm, so quite large, and of course on the top left my skin is very soft. And a little bit loose. There's less structure there than on other parts of the face. Now there, a drop of water. I just want to go that way. Just to catch that bit, there we go. Do you know, I've got slightly damp hands on. This old soap is so slick. And there's none of that bentonite clay in it, or this, that or the other. There we are, that'll do for me, for my shave. With a razor I don't make anymore. I would have thought this razor would have gone on and on and on. But there we are, that's the way of the world. We are fortunate, of course, that there are so many razors now to choose from. But it was certainly nice to pick that one out. And you know what, that's a really nice 2-pass shave. Guys, this was only about £40 when new, so if you see one second hand it won't be much money. I haven't seen one myself come up second hand, but most of the sales I imagine would be in the US. You may just see one, and if you do, give it a go, because it really is a nice razor. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of Mancare from Avon. As I said, I've got a nice shave on Monday, and I've got some new products to share with you. So until then, you look after yourselves, and I'll see you for a shave very soon. Take care now, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye now.